guys, welcome back to CP Gaming with another episode of Total Extreme Wrestling WCW. This is episode 2. Thank you to everyone who took the time to watch episode 1. I know we're gonna have to take a little bit of time to get back into things, get people back engaged, but we will get there. We are here to stay this time round. Episode 1 went quite well for the brand. We now have Nitro on Wednesdays, so we are no longer Monday Night Nitro. However, I feel like we've built up a really good show on this one. So you don't really want to listen to me waffling on. So how about we get straight into Nitro? That is being held at the Salem Civic Center in the Mid-Atlantic. And we are set to be broadcast on Showtime and Showcase. One in America and one in Canada. Reason being, nowhere else will pick us up. So let's get straight into the show. So we have 6,408 people. Not bad. Not bad at all. We kick off with someone you may recognize if you can see him. Terrible joke. In an abysmal pre-show match, the Prototype defeated Reno in 1357 by pinfall with a Blue Thunder side slam. Yeah. Who'd have thought he could have done that, eh? Wrestling rating on a 29. The crowd rating was 14. They was not interested one bit. And segment rating got a 26. The Prototype got a 28. Reno got a 29. He debuted his cyborg gimmick and got a very good rating. The bout dragged in the middle with a lack of flow being noticeable. Commentary gives it a boost. Color commentary give it a boost. And the Prototype benefit from being in amazing form. There's going to be a lot of these young guys that we all know that I've picked up. And we just got to build them. And hopefully they become stars. And we can move into the new WCW. But moving forward, it's going to take a while to build them up. And we start off with the Prototype getting his first win. We then move into a tag team match. In a poor pre-show match, Romeo and Skipper defeated Young Dragons in 14:27 when Elite Skipper pinned Jimmy Yang with an overdrive. This was designed to have a lot of high spots. Wrestling rating got a 45. The crowd was a little bit more into this at 29. And the segment got a decent 50. So the crowd here at the end was expectant, simmering. So we have lifted them a little bit. Kaz got a 48. Jimmy Yang got a 47. Skipper got a 46. And Kid Romeo got a 37. It's all pretty decent. Kid Romeo's off his game as well. So it could have been maybe a 52, 53, but we will take that for the pre-show. We're moving to our final pre-show of the night. You guys should be aware, I like doing 3 pre-show matches. And we have, in a terrible pre-show match, Crowbar defeated Monty Brown in 15:28 by pinfall with a sit-out gourd buster. The wrestling got a 36. The crowd simmered away at 22. The segment dropped up at 42. Monty Brown had a 24 and Crowbar 47. Monty Brown's debuted his alpha male gimmick and got great. Crowbar debuted his unstable gimmick and also got great. Again, a decent pre-show match. We will take them. We'll take them 3. I'll see a lot of guys in there, up and comers. So it's our job to build them up. Couple took defeats. Couple got a win. So we do move into our first ever Nitro. where we have Mr. Eric Bischoff. And he says, "Welcome to Nitro." I've waited to say that again. Believe me. We have a great show for you tonight. We have a number one contender match for the US title. We also have a rematch for the World Tag Team titles. Your World Heavyweight Champion is here tonight. And I've seen him backstage and he's pissed off. I wouldn't want to be Stevie Ray tonight. So without further delay, shall we get this show on the road? The crowd go wild. 77 segment rating. Now Eric Bischoff's got that star power. We can use him in segments to get people over, kick stuff off. Improvised well for this segment. He got the crowd hotter and he got us off to a strong start. We kick off Nitro with a match. And in a decent wild brawl, Hugh Morris defeated Canyon in 13:01 by pinfall with a moonsault. Wrestling got a 55, crowd rating of 47, and a very decent 61 segment rating. Hugh Morris had a 51 and Canyon a 59. Two guys going at it, wild brawl to kick off Nitro, and we get a decent 61. That's going to set the bar quite high, you know, for the rest of the show. Hopefully we can build from that. Slight mistake here. Hugh Morris offers the handshake, but he's pushed away. He then gets on the turnbuckle to celebrate, but then is attacked from behind by Canyon. However, Hugh Morris, as the cam spans away, somehow turn into Harley Race. However, we'll take the 70 segment rating. We can just pretend Harley Race came out, right? Right. Harley Race debuted his return. No, I'm not going to go there. You get what we're doing. Hugh Morris on the turnbuckle, celebrating after he half the handshake, but he's pushed away by Canyon. He then gets attacked from behind by Canyon. But, you know, sometimes little mistakes turn out to be little mistakes. We then have a behind-the-scenes magazine shoot showing the women of WCW, which features Stacy Keibler and Tori Wilson. Segment rating got 47, and it was just one of them, you know, magazine shoots that they used to do back in the day. For all you guys that remember, we'll handle the changes. We can turn a face, right? It was a complete success. Beautiful. But yeah, you know what it was like. Them magazines back in the day. We won't go there. We then cut to backstage where we see David Flair on the phone. We hear him say, "Well, I need to be a part of this too. You know I bring that factor also." But before he says anything else, he turns around and he gets angry and pushes the camera away. Segment rating of 43. David Flair and Tori Wilson are a good pairing. They play off each other really well. As you remember, Tori Wilson is David Flair's new manager. So what is David Flair going on about? He must be a part of this too. You also bring that factor. Let's see where we go with this one. We then move into the number one contender match for the US title. And in a decent match, Rob Van Dam defeated Shawn Stasiak and LA Park in 14-11 when Rob Van Dam pinned LA Parker with a frog splash. The match was designed to revolve around a lot of high spots. Rob Van Dam carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. wrestling rating of 53, crowd rating of 40, and a very good segment rating of 65. Sean Stasiak of 37, LA Parker of 46, Rob Van Dam a 76. Rob Van Dam got in a lot of greens. Groundswell public support. He's in amazing form. Came out the match looking good. He's getting better at his gimmick. I don't think that could have gone any better in my opinion. The crowd is very hot at this point, so Rob Van Dam is your new number one contender for the US title. But whilst he's celebrating in the ring, the champ, Buff Bagwell, comes to the ring and he holds the title high whilst laughing at RVD. So he's in the middle of the ring as RVD's there. He's basically showing a bit of dominance. 65 rating. Rob Van Dam again does well. The segment's done well. I'm happy with that whole segment, from the match to the angle. Hopefully these guys can build up to a great one-on-one match. But we'll see where we go from there. We then move backstage where we have a promo from Booker T. And he says, "Let me tell you something, Stevie." I had to put that in there. "You ain't responding to my calls or emails. You know what that tells me, sucker? You are running scared. You interfered in 2 of my matches. One of them cost me some gold. And you know, I love me some gold. You better run, sucker, because I'm coming for you." But before the camera pans away, Booker is attacked by Stevie with a chair. "Running scared, am I, Buck?" "I don't think so, brother. You're in a tag match tonight. Me and DDP are going to take everything away from you once and for all. So get yourself a partner you can trust." So Stevie has literally gone full circle here and is now attacking Booker T with chairs. 62 segment rating. It's decent enough. Booker T struggled when going off script. Not quite sure that's true, but you know, maybe it does. Maybe he did this time. However, this has just heated up, and that will be our main event tonight. Who is going to be Booker's partner? We then have a video package showing the match for the tag team titles at the Big Bang, where Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Haire defeated Jerry Sags and Brian Knobbs, the Nasty Boys. It's a quick 3-4 minute highlight match just before the next match, which will be their match for the tag team titles. 45 segment. Sean O'Haire's been flavour of the month. There's a lot of people with a lot of greens. I really like that. So we move into that match. In about that decent reaction from the crowd but subpar wrestling, Natural Born Thrillers defeated Nasty Boys in 12:26 with Sean O'Haire pinned Brian Knobbs with a swanton bomb. Natural Born Thrillers make defense number 2 of their WCW World Tag Team titles. Wrestling got a 44, the crowd rating got a 35, and the segment rating got a 51. For in-ring performances, Jerry Sags had a 44. Brian Knobbs of 36, Sean O'Haire 47, and Chuck Palumbo a decent 50. And Chuck Palumbo seemed off his game as well, so we could have easily got to a 55 there. And obviously, Brian Knobbs and Jeff Sags, we know they've got great chemistry, they're team for a long time. Stacey Keebler did some good work at ringside. So Stacey Keebler, being the Natural Born Thrillers manager, has worked out, which is very good, because I think all 3 of them are a great fit. they make defense number 2, and they are still champions. We then cut backstage where we see the masked man again in the shadows. You can't see him. You just can't see who he is. He's talking to Nelson, Knight and Crowbar. You see Nelson, Knight and Crowbar nodding away. This masked man shakes both their hands and then disappears. Who is the masked man? Nelson, Knight and Crowbar and the masked man. Where are we going with this? Get your comments who you think the masked man is. 51 segment rating. Again, I'll take that, a 51 segment rating. We then go back to the ring where we see Conan hit the ring with Juventud Guerrero by his side. He says, I told you I was going to be bringing people with me to take over, and Juventud is one of many. The whole locker room is now on notice. Oh, and by the way, you can call us the Cartel. 64 segment rating. Both of them did really well with going off script. Conan's penalised due to effects of going through personal issues, but still got 64. So the Cartel have arrived in WCW. Conan, Juventud Guerrero. Who else will be coming? We shall have to wait and see. We then go into the main event, and I really like that 70 segment there. I saw that at the corner of my eye. But we will start with, in a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, Booker T and B.G. James defeated Diamond Dallas Page and Stevie Ray in 1847. Booker T pinned Diamond Dallas Page with a scissor kick. 63 wrestling, 61 crowd rating, 70 segment rating. 46 for Stevie, 67 for Diamond, 59 for B.G. James, and Booker T had a beautiful 81. He also seemed off his game, so he could have got even better. Confusing Booker T and Paisley on different sides of the face and heel divide. I'm pretty sure I changed that, but I must have missed it. I would definitely get that changed for next time. B.G. James, Booker T take the win. B.G. James steps up and helps Booker T. Stevie Ray, again, the fall short. They don't seem to be taking anything away from Booker right now. 70 rating. But then we move into, in a 3-minute match, 3-minute angle, we see them all brawling in the ring. 66 rating. All 4 guys are brawling in the ring. As the camera starts to pan out, the WCW logo comes on. And the commentary team say, tune in next week to see what happens. Just like old times. No spoilers. Tune in next week and you will see what happens. This was a really good show in my opinion. Some really good segments. Hopefully you guys liked it. Let's see how we finish the show. We finish on a 71. Our very first show. Nitro's back, baby. And we're here to stay. It lost its popularity in 2 regions, but it increased our popularity in 8 regions. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant show. Don't think I could have asked for more. Great ending, good start, good middle. Very, very good. Guys, this has been episode 2. I've been CP Gaming. Until next time.